Safety and security concerns all of us. Safety of our homes is something we are very, very concerned about. To keep our valuables safe, to keep our near and dear ones safe, to keep our home safe, we go all lengths to ensure that we implement solutions which will keep us in good deed. But safety and security solutions in real estate actually go much, much beyond. While one aspect of the solution is, of course, to keep your home safe, it's also to do with keeping your building safe, for example, the fire safety solutions or the overall surveillance systems. It is also to do with security and safety during construction and the entire construction management. There are many aspects to it. And all of it plays an important role in that final product that you are going to use. Today we're going to discuss a very, very important topic, which is safety and security solutions and how technology is enabling it in real estate. As we all know, Internet of Things, IoT, and artificial intelligence, which is the buzzword today, it's giving us newer solutions, it's giving us far efficient solutions today, and making the entire real estate process, end-to-end process, more safe and more secure. How does it impact you as an investor or a buyer? It impacts you when you are taking a decision, looking at all possible amenities, facilities, and what kind of safety and security solutions that are being put in the project so that you have your peace of mind. To discuss this important topic and what are some of the things that are there today at present, what are some of the things to look forward to, what are some of the recent developments in this area, we have got a stellar panel of experts to discuss this. Namaskar, I'm Prasoon Kumar and you're watching this new episode of the Property Show on MBTV, world's largest real estate online channel. Let me start by introducing our panelists today. We have Mr. Dominic Rommel, who's director at Rommel Group. They are a developer based out of Mumbai Metropolitan Region. Mr. Dominic Rommel is also serving as president of CREDAI MCHI chapter. We have got Mr. Pushkar Gokhale, who is business head of security solutions business at Godrej Enterprises Group. Of course, when we think Godrej, we think security and we think Godrej locks and everything else. So that's a generic name there. And we have Mr. Sajid R. Nair, who is director at Global Client Solutions, Wrench Solutions. Wrench is the fastest growing technology company providing data and process management solutions to engineering and construction firms. So let's begin our conversation. Let me come to you, Pushkar, first. When we talk of security solutions, what is it that an end consumer, a normal investor or a buyer should understand out of it? What does it mean for an end consumer?
I think we have to look at it in the perspective of how the trends have changed over time. Because earlier on, I know CCTV has been there for quite some time. Video door phones have been there for quite some time. Lock has been a universal part of everybody's homes. And I think the whole point which was there in the past was the fact that these entities were operating as standalone systems. Today, I think the way to look at the entire security solution basket is that this is actually becoming more like an integrated, interconnected devices kind of system, and rather an ecosystem of interconnected devices. So, when I get into the home, you could look at an access control and then followed by CCTV coverage, and then you have the video door phones and then the locks there. So I think today, if you look at it, it's all interconnected. So you can actually, look at a person standing near the gate and you can actually approve that person getting inside, whether he is really authorized, not authorized. You can see the person. You could also look at, do some kind of identity check, or in case you have somebody as a guest who's coming in, you could send them a QR code and they could scan it in front of the access control and they can just get in, and then you could open the door. So I think these are the kind of things. The first thing we have to look at it is that it's an interconnected ecosystem. That's one. Secondly, I think what one needs to be aware of is today's security systems allow you to be more flexible in terms of number of use cases. And if I were to broadly put these use cases, the first one would be that you are inside the house, your family is inside the house. That's one use case. The second one is you are not inside the house, but your elderly parents or your kids are inside the house. And third one is that your house is locked, all of you are outside. So I think the security systems today enable you to manage the security, manage the risk of your home where in all these three cases. And see, the whole point is that when you are inside, what you need to know is whether the people who are coming in are really, the ones which you want them to come or they are unauthorized. That's one case where, you need to be really cautious about. The second one is much more bothering. And today, I think when both husband and wife are working, I think it is pertinent because your kids might be at home, your elderly parents would be there. And that's where the AI part actually comes in. So today you have systems like CCTV cameras or smart Wi-Fi cameras, which you can actually see even if you are at a different part of the world, and you could actually see what exactly is happening in your house. And in case, say for example, your elderly father or mother, in case they happen to trip over or they fall over, their AI features enable you to get an alert, and you can then immediately take some action. You can send your friend, or you can see how you can call them up, you can check, you can call your hospital. So these are the kind of things which can be done.
Sure.
And in case everybody is out, then I think it is much more important. And what happens is, say for example, I'm outside, nobody is at home, and I have my parents coming into my house. I think one of the very simple things we can do today, which was not possible earlier because of these interconnected devices, is the fact that if I know that they are there, I can actually see them in front of the house through a video camera which is there. And then once I verify that yes, they are standing in front of the door, I can actually open the lock of my main door and allow them to enter inside, even if I am not there or there's nobody inside the house. So these are the kind of things which the modern day security systems are making it possible, and also ensuring that you are having peace of mind because you can see everything what is happening there. So you are in full control. I think that's more important. So when you are managing risk, I think what is important is you should have full control of the situation.
Okay. So let me come to you, Sajith. What Pushkar spoke about is the consumer facing side of all these security systems, right? And then there is a business facing side of it. When you are constructing, when you are making, when you are planning the project, there are multiple aspects of security that needs to be taken care of while construction. How is the entire fire system being built and designed over there? How the entire surveillance system will be integrated? And we did talk about connectivity and how everything is integrated now. What do you see as a trend at this point of time? When you are looking at various developments happening across in India. How much of such safety measures or safety solutions are getting implemented, and what are some of those that our users should be aware of?
Yeah, thank you. See, I think you have got the right point there. This is Pushkarji has talked about living in a place where you have all the controls so that you are safe and secure there. I'll be talking about a place which is built safe. That means it is made safe while building itself. That starts from where? Because during the execution of the projects, you might have seen many accidents happen, safety incidents happen, theft happens, many things might be happening. But where do this control happen? Many a times, the blame comes to the end person who is doing it. The worker who has missed something, or he did not put the helmet, or he did not wear the safety belt like that. But the concept, it should start from safety in design. We call it SID, like the safety in design. While designing a project itself, that should start there. So who all will contribute there? There will be multiple people who will be contributing for that. That is from the basic design guys, architects onwards to the structural people. Then you the MEP when you are doing. Then we're talking about the building information systems. All those people collaboratively needs to do the design. Earlier, maybe the earlier times, what was happening is that somebody is making one drawing, architectural drawing, then an MEP drawing is there. Then how do we collaborate all those things? Then there'll be, even if you want to make changes, there'll be multiple times you may need to do the changes. Right now, what is the trend is that everyone needs to collaborate together. See, you come to one platform and make the corrections or make the review, putting their comments. Then those comments and reviews are tracked in real time, and somebody saying that, okay, this is meeting this standard, that is why I need to do it. Or somebody can anytime someone can put a block, they saying that this is a standard which is not meeting, because of this I am proceeding. It's not, nothing is done in isolation, everything is done together. And since the technology is available here, it's not, you are not limited to your own team, okay, your own experts. You can have access to in the world. Okay, they will be able to give you the answers or comments on that in a minute's time. So there is something called cold eye reviews of the drawings which happens. That is other than the architects, builders, and you can have an expert from outside the world. Okay, maybe from different parts of the world coming in and contributing to that. So a safely built home is, I will say, that a safe place to live also. So this is where technology comes in, and this is widely used now. It's not that in India we are far behind. Probably I can say the real estate business and other things might be a step backwards compared to the process industries, but still, yes, we are coming up with that also during construction as well as safety and design also.
Okay. So, Dominic, the point that Sajid is also making is the adoption of a lot of these solutions which are available by developers in real estate or by construction firms when they are constructing, and even at a project planning stage, how much of this is actually getting into planning. In your experience, not only as a developer, but also as a president of CREDAI MCHI, how widely do you see a lot of these safety solutions being used now, and how much of this is actually creating a very compelling consumer value propositions which consumers are going to be very positive towards?
What Sajid said is being followed, and there are different layers of it happening. The most important, but I'll speak for Mumbai, where we have the Mumbai Fire Brigade system here, which issues an NOC, and on those basis, the NOC we work upon, and it's executed as per them. And then when it's to their satisfaction, they complete it, and that's where we get the completion certificate. But what Sajid also enlightened us is not only just looking at the execution part of it, but on the site where humans work there to look at safety. So that also has been taken care. The maximum precautions, like especially where lift wells are kept, where there are highlighted areas, where there are small bridges built where people don't tumble and fall during working hours, or even the safety belts, the safety helmets. All these aspects are taken place. They are all there. But what Sajid is talking is a much better integrated system where you can fall upon it and look into it and have an inspection at multiple levels, is one which we need to promote, which we look at promoting it also well. Though each MEP consultant has his own set of drawing, but that integration of architecture and MEP together for the end contractor, which is more important than person who is executing it, is might be a bit of a miss of it. Not that it's not there, but to make it more apt, I think it's a good point of suggestion. We should look at it.
Okay. In your experience, have you seen, because there are variety of different kinds of constructions happening, say within real estate, say even within residential real estate, you have a premium luxury housing, which is a different segment altogether. You have mid-tier housing, then you have affordable housing. Of course, there are different kind of solutions that go in different segments per se. But by and large, if you have to really give a bird's eye view to our viewers, from a implementation of safety and security for their own safety and security inside their home, the point that was being made, how much of this getting implemented across all these different segments of real estate construction?
So Praswan, let's go for the pre-construction part of it. You see, life is equally important for a mid-section or a luxury section. So all these points have been taken care of. Where the point comes in for the end customer, as Gokhaleji said, it is very important that all these services are provided by everyone, whether it's a mid-segment or a high luxury, because life safety is utmost important for any developer today. And the security of the person, in addition to what you're getting offered of features, most of the time they are not educated enough to understand of what the facilities are. That particular thing is when you are handing over the possession. Normally, what we do is have a mock run and tell them, explain to them what things are, and give them an understanding where the fire exit is, where the level of safety is, where the refuge floor is, how one has to panic, because see, it's very difficult. These are all high-rise building. It's very difficult because you don't get the access to the lift. How they could be assembled at a particular assembling point. All these things are being on and they're well being thought about. And every 6 months or 1 year, they have a mock drill where things are assured of the life safety in the future in case of any calamity or disaster.
Okay. Pushkar, you made a point about how some of these solutions are there for consumers inside their homes for different use cases that you spoke about, right? One interesting aspect now is with the development happening in the AI area, the artificial intelligence area. Whole lot of these solutions are actually becoming far more efficient, far more predictive, and far more proactive in terms of really. You spoke about how elderly can fall, and maybe. Motion sensing technology can sense things and send an alert back, and so on and so forth, right? How much of these technologies are actually in a way, say, development stage or a product testing stage, and how many of these are actually available for implementation and are getting implemented today?
When you talk about fall detection, or even for that matter, if you have small kids, a baby is there, in fact, the cameras can detect a baby cry or something of that sort as well. So those are the kind of features which are already in place. I think the challenge for us in most of the cases is that the customers need to be much more open. The residents must be more open in terms of adoption of these, and have some belief that yes, these are going to work, because I have seen that even today there is some amount of aversion, or maybe there is a support system which people have in their neighbors, or which may not be the case 24/7. So many a time people say that okay, I have neighbors, mere baaju wale hain, they may be the first port of call, but still I believe that these are systems which are much more stronger, much more reliable 24/7, and I think the residents must be much more open in terms of adopting it.
So when you say adoption is a challenge, and maybe consumers are not very forthcoming about a lot of these technologies, the apprehension could be what? Is it privacy concern, which is primarily the concern over there? Is it lack of awareness about a lot of these things, which is not leading to better adoption? What is it, in your opinion, is the challenge here?
So I think the privacy issues are something which will come up. So far, I've not come across anyone who has been really concerned about it as such. To be very honest with you, but let me tell you that the DPDP Act is definitely going to have a profound impact in terms of how people are looking at the privacy aspects, and that's going to create a lot of awareness around this. But yes, there are systems, encrypting systems, which can take care of it. But that's not an issue. There are a lot of corporates who are responsible in terms of the data protection, and I think that is definitely going to get addressed. So that is, I think, should not be a major concern. But I think where the concern stems from is more in terms of viability of these solutions. People are still getting a feeling that whether these kind of things will be as reliable as they are highlighted to be, or marketed to be. And I think although there is some amount of adoption which is already started happening in the HNI space, but I think largely we are seeing that the belief in the technology, or see, there's one more thing I think one needs to really look at when you talk about these kind of solutions, is the substitute part of it. So are there any substitutes for it? In case the residents find that yes, there are substitutes for these things, they will definitely be averse to to adopting these kind of things. The other area is, of course, in terms of the cost and in terms of the maintenance part of it. So one has to be very, very cautious when you are buying a solution. So many a times, people end up buying something which is substandard, and then they get into all kinds of problem. And then they say that nay, this system is not working, it needs more maintenance and things like that. So I think if the residents are, going in for a state of the art kind of solution which comes from a reliable source, I think all these kind of things are taken care of, because one of the things which we are seeing in the entire competition landscape which we operate in is the fact that there are a lot of companies who are now offering these kind of solutions, but I think largely they work on low quality kind of things, which fail, and then I think the trust of the customers doesn't really be maintained for a long
So
time.
according to you, cost could be an impediment as well.
Yeah, and the other aspect is the service part of it, because see, these are all highly service intensive kind of solutions. One needs to continuously keep on maintaining these systems.
Okay.
And sometimes there could be false alarm as well. So one has to be ready to to have some amount of false alarm, because having a alarm or a false alarm is any day better than not having an alarm. So I think it's one of the very, very critical aspects.
All right. So Sajid, Dominic also spoke about how safety during construction, safety of workers, and safety of the entire construction process is so very critical, especially because we live in the age of skyscrapers today, and you are constructing 100 floors and 200 floors and so on and so forth, right? What are some of the solutions that you have seen around being implemented, and how some of the project management tools can actually help monitor these well and ensure that all such norms are followed?
Yes, right. See, nobody wants an accident or incident at site, right? None of this management teams wants an accident or incident at site, but still it happens, right? Why does it happen? Most of the times what we are seeing is that maybe the teams are not well informed. There are chances of it is happening there, right? There's an indication. But by safety standards, if you look, that always it will give an indication. Like if an unsafe site is there, it is going to create a problem there. Right? How do we identify unsafe sites? That means a proper continuous vigilance about the site is there. Like how do we are doing it in earlier era is that someone is walking around, a safety officer is walking around and finding that there is something wrong here, something unsafe happening here and there, like that. Now the new technology is that technology has taken care of that. Maybe the cameras installed at site, okay, that will capture many images which is happening or which is not happening as per the requirements, will be captured and alerted to a central place, and from there it will be analyzed and alerted to the team. Another very basic things which we have implemented and it is happening across the world now is that there will be, that mobile applications are well spread now. So from the site, people will be capturing those images of unsafe areas, unsafe acts, what is happening, and then it is getting reported to a system. But again, the top management, like the management level, people need not look at all those small things, but that will be further analyzed and see that okay, some area, some trench is kept open, whether it is closed within so much time or a barricade is there or not. So those actions are happening or not. See, if I talk about projects as a construction projects happening, generally it is reviewed maybe in a monthly or weekly progress basis, that projects are reviewed. How is it moving, like that? So wherein one of the critical parameters to be reviewed and being reviewed now is the safety KPIs. Okay, safety KPIs is being done. Now the technology is that in any point of time, these safety KPIs or the project progress KPIs, these are always available on your mobile devices also, saying that, okay, I'm running 10 sites, for example. On this one of these sites, the safety incidents are becoming more. So I can get an alert, or maybe incidents are, or somebody is making an observation, but it is not getting closed within certain period of time. Here, one site is giving more and more leveraging. They are just very flexible. So that also can be notified through that. And AI tools are there, which you need not again look for look to these reports or dashboards regularly. AI tools will analyze and notify that okay, this is happening to that, like a watchtower. No? AI will act as a watchtower and notify the appropriate persons so that everyone is not disturbed also, like who needs to take action on that, no? That is one of the things which is being implemented now currently in India and as well as in abroad.
Okay. All right. Dominic, aesthetics is something that has always sold real estate, and it's like what gets seen is sold. How difficult it is to blend these safety solutions, some of these security solutions with the right aesthetics, so that the end product remains attractive to consumers.
Prasun, it's a very good question you asked, because that's a mere problem, especially in the mid-segment housing. The floor to ceiling height is not that great compared to the luxury. With the floor to ceiling height can be camouflaged with a false ceiling, and yet the sprinklers cannot be they cannot be covered, but they cannot compared to the mid segment. Every building today in every room is a compulsion to have a sensor and a sprinkler there. Smoke detection and sprinkler are a compulsion.
Okay.
That point is a very dear point, and at times it is painful also. But everybody looks at life more than aesthetics, so that's where it overshadows the aesthetic part of it. Yes, there are a lot of issues compelling to this issue of aesthetic versus the safety part of it. But a lot of products are coming up which are well looked at and well designed and much more smaller and much more impactful in this than other parts of it. So these things are blending, and as things are evolving, and as today with the digital lock, you don't need a key. You with the sprinkler system having a good false ceiling, which can yet give you the same impact of it during a fire alarm or fire smoke detection. All these aspects have been taking place, and they are being worked well. First, it was more an implementation of safety. Now it's becoming a more of implementation and the blend of aesthetic in the flat itself.
Okay. So do you see consumers appreciating some of these efforts in terms of really looking at going into detail, and could this be a kind of selling point? Could this be something on which the project pitch can happen, saying, okay, fine, these kind of safety solutions are put inside? Because you keep hearing about 7-tier security system, 3-tier security systems in project X versus project Y, and so on and so forth. So how does a normal consumer compare? How does a normal consumer get to know, okay, fine, this particular construction has adequate security for me or safety for me?
I think it's more to a developer to do it, because it's the right of the customer to be safe what he's going to dwell in. That's the first right I would look at it. It's not the cost or what the system is. So the best system should be placed irrespective of price at times. Because that's where the life of one person, which can never be compensated with money or things in case of an incident that happens, as Sajid said just now. My point is that it is a more of the developers fraternity which we are now approaching and looking at safety than looking at an incident to happen.
Okay.
With more necessity now, I don't think it's more like an amenity or a point of soul. Yes, people do talk about it when they are selling to an end customer and educate the end customer what the benefit and how his life is going to be much different than what he was dwelling earlier. All these aspects have been spoken about, and things are important. I think so. Safety is the utmost important, especially in a skyscraper. That I'm repeating every time, because you are just above floors, and it gets very difficult to come to a safe place. And in case if the system can hold that particular fire or that particular calamity for some time, it adds a new life to that person.
So structural integrity or structural safety is also an important aspect.
Safety of the right materials being used for fire or other aspects of calamity and disaster. All these aspects are very, very important. And I don't think there's a cost saving to it. It is an encouragement that every builder is using in Mumbai. And even the fire norms of the CFO today are very clear. No building left without a sprinkler. No building is left without a smoke detector. Gone are the days it was just a hose reel and fire thing. Now every room is well equipped with safety, and every part of the passage is looked upon, and everything is done in a proper way. Today we are having fire evacuation lifts if there is no proper light ventilation for smoke to go out. All these aspects have been taken care of, and they are just evolving in time to come. Soon you will find helicopter service in Mumbai in time to come, where like how we see in the movies or internationally. All these things are happening and all are under a discussion, and life safety is going to be valuable, And as India is evolving to being one of the best economies of the world, they are also looking at all these aspects to make it divine and make it rightful for every citizen.
Okay. Pushkar, one of the point that Dominic made was say in certain segment of housing, for example, how floor to roof height is not adequate probably for a lot of the systems to properly be implemented or work. Now, what is it that and that's the largest belly of real estate, right? That mid segment, 75 lakhs to 1.5 crore, housing segment. That's the largest, belly of real estate. What could consumers then do? What can homeowners implement as external solutions for themselves? Are there such solutions available in case they find that something is inadequate, and how easy it is to implement them?
So I think rightly said, I think there are definite challenges, in terms of the aesthetic part of it, and especially when it comes to the mid segment. But I think today what is happening is the kind of innovations which company like ours are doing, that is helping the developers as well as the residents to adopt solutions which are much more simpler, which are quite compact, and last but not the least, I think it is wireless. So I think, see, one of the areas where one gets into clutter is the wired nature of the wired part of it, cabling, all those kind of things. So, but today the kind of devices which are there, like for example, a simple video door phone. You have wireless video door phones today. Cameras, erstwhile, if you would have seen, the cameras used to have cables, wires, and things like that. Today, I think the cameras are Wi-Fi cameras, and you don't really need to do any kind of wiring. You only need to just plug it in there, and then that's it. I think you don't have to do any kind of cabling for that. So I think the designs have become much more compact and easy to use, plug-in kind of things, simpler to operate. And that, I think, is one of the challenges for people like us who are into supply of equipment, is to really understand what the customers or the challenges and problems of the customers, and keep innovating new solutions which will really help them to take care of the security part of it, risk part of it, and also at the same time the solutions will be much more aesthetics, go well with the decor, and are not really spoiling the kind of aesthetics of their home.
Okay, then, but there could also be issue of portability, right? I mean, if you buy a plug and play solution from outside, will it integrate well with existing solutions? Will it work? And because everything has to be connected and monitored accordingly, how is that working? I mean, are we at a stage where everything is kind of interportable and therefore everything
I
works fine?
think what needs to be done is that there is a strong need for standardization across the board. So you rightly said that there could be multiple suppliers, also multiple equipment coming in. Unless and until there is a standardization and interoperability, I think it's going to be a challenge. So that I think the initiatives have started. The government has also taken a lead. And today, if you look at it, I think if I just give you an example of the cameras, there is a CRO, which is a compulsory registration order, which has come in. And I think all residents must really know this, that the government has taken this initiative, that unless and until the cameras are having a particular standard as per the BIS, it's called STQC, the cameras can't be sold in the market. So I think that was not there erstwhile. And this also addresses largely the aspect of data protection, because it also talks about where the data, say for example, the images of the families are taken, by the CCTV. Where is it really getting stored? That also is something which is coming into because today I think most of the things are on cloud, and so the question the government is asking is that whether the servers are in India, whether the servers are in China, and how secure are those? So those are the kind of checks which the government is also now initiating, and that's the step in the right direction. And I think people should be aware of these kind of things. But of course, it will take some more time for things to fall in place. But I feel that the movement has already started.
Okay. And how far behind India probably our Indian solutions would be as against other global solutions which are available in terms of the quality, in terms of the functionality, in terms of the technology? Are we at par with globally available solutions, or do we have some steps to kind of take over there?
I think as far as technology part is concerned, we are definitely there.
Okay.
Where I think is the major difference between how the Western world or the advanced world really operates and how we operate is the fact that the SaaS kind of model is still not very prevalent when it comes to homes. Because if you look at it, you go to Europe or you go to US, there are, or even for that matter, go to Japan. There are companies who actually will come and install the entire security safety system, including your burglar alarms, fire alarms. They will install it at your place. They will charge you a fixed amount initially, and then a very low amount every month. And these guys will have their own command control center, which will keep on monitoring the alerts. And whenever it is required, they can even depute their personnel in case there's a problem. And they will actually have these people moving around, in various locations, various geographies. And in case of an alert, immediately the signal goes to these response teams, and they will immediately come into action. If required, they may even connect with the police, and then the action can be initiated. And all of this actually comes in for a monthly charge, which is not very high because they are managing the risk for many residents. So I think the adoption of these kind of services and these kind of technologies, where the response teams are also integrated with the equipment, the services part of it, is much more prevalent, in the West or even countries like Japan. And we are seeing that huge number of homes are actually taking advantage of this. I believe that we are yet to move on that particular journey.
Okay.
But equipment-wise, technology-wise, we are very much there. But that services element, which I spoke about, and response teams, that's something which is not that common in India. Although it is started in a very, very small way in some of the pockets, but so far, the full-fledged adoption is.
So let me take that to Sajid. The point is not only from a implementation point of view that Pushkar is talking about, and how in that services side probably we need to be doing a bit more, but also with AI on the horizon and changing everything, disrupting everything. How have project management tools and project management solutions really improved, and how are they using AI to help construction companies or help developers construct better, faster, in a far more efficient manner?
Yeah, definitely yes. Just before going into that, I just fully agree with Pushkarji has told, is that technology-wise, we are not at all behind, we are ahead. But the adaption-wise, probably on these things, probably that is where we are behind technology and service like that. And to coming to your question, how AI or other things are latest technologies helping the organizers to manage their projects faster, safer, and cost-effective also. Definitely, yes. You know that the projects, these projects, when it is going to get delayed, it is definitely going to hit the cost. That is where one of the things is going to hit the cost. Why like I talked about, nobody wants an incident to happen at a site. The similar way, nobody wants a project to get delayed. That is never the intention. Why those things are generally getting delayed is that you are not given the right information about the project status at any point of time. How do you get that? So for that, getting that, again, you utilize this. Right now we are going to utilize these AI tools, which is going to compare your performance, your current performance against the standards, as well as what you have been doing over the years. And then based on that, you will get an expected output of the project. Okay, when these things needs to be completed, when this will be completed, if this needs to be completed, this project or this tower needs to be completed by a certain date, what are my critical actions which I need to do to take it? to that level. Even maybe that might be linked to a one drawing and maybe one clearance. One clearance needs to get to this project to move that. Probably we might fall short of that and we may be running behind something else. So not the real cause which is creating the delay. So these kind of things are alerted well in advance. It is alerted because all these systems which we talk about all are integrated, like we talked, will be integrated with your mailing systems, with the correspondence system, with the contractor interfaces. All those things will be done, and it will be compared against the set standards, as well as since the AI models are being used. As more and more projects are executed, these models will keep learning. Okay, the project performances, the issues, and then they can give a realistic prediction. So based on the predictions, immediate actions can be taken by the teams. Here again, I would like to say that it's not that it is replacing the human. It is going to aid the human intelligence to take correct decisions. So which will drive the project completions safely and as well as to meet in time.
Okay. Dominic, I wanted to understand from you, while a lot of these solutions, of course, are getting implemented, and we see that across in metros primarily. What is your perspective on tier 2, tier 3 towns and construction happening over there? Because real estate is expanding, the markets are expanding. Some of the developments have moved to now tier 2, tier 3 towns, where they are the new potential areas, new opportunity areas for a lot of developers. How many of these technologies are getting into smaller towns, tier 2 towns, and construction over there? And are buyers over there, getting an equal deal as buyers in say metro cities, or they are lagging behind?
So basically, right now the tier 2 growth is far better than the metropolitan. You see with the global capacity centers happening all over Maharashtra. The point what I want to make, which Pushkarji made, was very good. That as Indians, we are a bit of a different mindset. We can buy a most luxurious thing, but when it maintaining it thereafter, we are not able to pinch that cost. That's where we shy away from the usage of the right thing because of annuity cost. That's where that mindset is changing right now with the new Gen Zs and everything happening. In the old school of thoughts, a person could buy the best car, but maintaining that car, or he will just still give it to a wrong chauffeur or go to a wrong garage to save some money. But now things have changed and mindsets are changing, and now people are investing for the annual maintenance contracts for to keep the system aboard and alive and enjoy the facility. So that's mindset. I think it's a bit more of time to come. Things will change. And second tier cities are doing very well, and people are giving the same facilities with all encouragement possible, because people from city metropolitan are shifting or vice versa. So they're enjoying the safety of life.
Yes, I think you make an important point. With Gen Z entering real estate market now, they are in the early 30s or late 20s, and they are the first time home buyers in a way. The lot of exposure is international, and therefore the demand is equally such. Looking a bit into future, in 3 to 5 years horizon, what do you think is going to change in the entire technology-driven safety and security solutions implementation in project construction and project sales? What are some of the trends that you see emerging there?
So digital is the biggest trend which we are seeing for sale point of view.
Okay.
Architecture, BIM is a part of it, which is very important. Structurally, the seismic part of what is happening, a lot of earthquake resistance, other part of things are taking place, and the codes are being changed very frequently compared to earlier schools of thoughts. So now no floating columns, nothing. So structurally things are becoming more stable and more life saving. Okay. So things are changing rapidly, and as Pushkar said, innovation is happening at a bell ringing at a door. There are things that are happening, and people are adapting it, which is very, very good and encouraging to see how things can evolve in time to come, because everybody wants everything at an instance of time and at the space of an internet, the speed of an internet. So these things are happening a lot, and a lot of things will change. AI is already driving in things today. You will find every person in the office today using ChatGPT to type a letter to please his boss, or look at how to get things done in the sales part of it, what tools he can use to sharpen his strength. Today, finance also is trying to look at it that way. So things are really evolving, and I think the internet is a disruptive part of it. But at the same time, it's adding a lot of intelligence to the employee and to their product to the customer to get the best service out of everyone.
Okay. Sajid, what's your take on a bit of immediate future? What are some of the new things which are coming on the horizon which will really help the construction?
I think the future will come very fast, faster than what we think. With the technology going up this way, right now probably the consumers, someone is going to book for an apartment. They might want to see nowadays. They may be listening saying that okay, this is going to be ready by next year. Okay, next year, mid next year, like that. But they may want to have real-time visibility on that, what is happening on the project, maybe access to the 4D views, okay, what is against the plan, what is happening, how safe the building is being built. They can look at their mobile and they can find out also. Maybe it will become more and more transparent. This is what I feel, because people are looking for transparency now. The information is available on cloud. Technology can provide that also. So I think we all should gear up for that, saying that consumers are becoming more aware and people will be looking for what I am going to get. I'm going to invest something. Am I getting it safe? Am I getting it in the right time, which I am supposed to do it? If there is some delay, of course, there could be some delay. How much is the delay, and what delay, what we are going to talk about, is it realistic, okay, compared to the current progression and as per what is happening in the industry? That could be one of the things which is coming up very soon. This is what I feel.
Okay. Pushkar, being an equipment manufacturer, do you see the same pace of change happening on your side of business as well? And what are some of the trends that you are capturing?
Yeah, definitely. In fact, one of the things which we believe in is capturing user insights and keep on staying close to the customer, trying to understand what are their modern day challenges, and then keep on developing or coming up with innovations which will help them to mitigate those challenges. So we are definitely seeing that IoT is going to be the game changer. It's already changed our lives. I think mobile is going to be the heart of whatever we do at home, at office. I think everything is going
It
to
will
be
become the central processing unit for all of us.
exactly, because I think you can open your locks of your home. You can
Switch on the AC, switch on refrigerator.
on AC. Everything I think is getting, as I said, interconnected. So smart homes is actually going to be the future. We've already seen that happen. But I think adoption will be a challenge. But yes, that I think is changing with the advent of the Gen Z, who's really taking it over. So I think smart homes will be the case.
Great. So viewers, what our experts are telling us is that in terms of implementation and availability of safety and security solutions, inside our homes, outside our homes, in our vicinity of our homes, and so on and so forth, we do not lag behind. We are up there with probably the best in the world. We have all the technology, we have all the solutions, products, everything available. Developers have adapted to it. We see more and more solutions today getting implemented in construction, at the project planning stage, and when the final product is coming at your hand as well. We will continue this discussion because this is a vast topic and there are many aspects to touch and go very, very deep on this in further future episodes. Till then, keep watching MBTV and don't forget to like, share and comment.